The LEGO Icons Dune Ornithopter is actually a LEGO Technic set in disguise. Is that a good thing? Is it bad? Get ready, because this is gonna be a bumpy ride. Based off of the vehicle as seen in 2021's Dune movie, and with Dune 2 right around the corner, here comes the House Atreides Royal Ornithopter. A dragonfly-looking flying device, so technically complex that it's kinda surprising to see how LEGO managed to pull it off. Like, really. Highly detailed minifigures are no surprise though, this set has 8 of them covering every major character of the first Dune movie. Paul Atreides, son to Duke Leto Atreides, wearing a steel suit, and Lady Jessica, with this cool looking gold chain mask print on her face. She does have an alternate face print and a hairpiece for when you remove the golden hood piece. Gurney Halleck has this printed shoulder pad element matching the prints of the body. There's a plain looking Duncan Idaho, Dr. Kine also wearing the same steel suit Leto has, but with an extra cloth cape, and Chani also on a steel suit, scarf element, and both her and Dr. Kine have secondary face prints with the breathing masks. The last character is Baron Harkonnen, featuring the largest cape element ever done in a LEGO minifigure that looks both impressive and ridiculous at the same time. And with the minifigure selection out of the way, here comes the Ornithopter. The build was very challenging to put together, and if you see the model working, you'll quickly understand why. The functions are the biggest appeal of this particular product, in my opinion, and because of that, compromises were made in regards to looks. Starting with the simple stuff, the sides of the cockpit area made with those UCS X-Wing windscreens open sideways like so, revealing not a whole lot of interior space that only manages to fit 2 minifigures. To access it, you need to remove this small build to either sit or take the characters away. Worth mentioning is the printed 2x3 tile with the House Atreides logo, the only print aside from the minifigures in the set, so no stickers at all. Now, as you can see, the landing gear is deployed, but it can actually be retracted by turning this small knob hidden behind the wings, and the way everything folds and unfolds is kinda mesmerizing in many different ways. The way every part of the landing gear goes flush into the body for aerodynamic purposes is really impressive. The fact that there's different motions working in sync flawlessly every time goes way beyond my understanding of the LEGO Technic system, and the fact that these somewhat flimsy looking structures support the weight of the model so well is again really impressive. Not to mention the stability of the whole thing, which you can grab by the tail with confidence that nothing will ever happen to it. Also worth mentioning is that the ramp at the back where the characters are supposed to go in and out of the Ornithopter, as seen in the movie, leads nowhere in the LEGO model, as every millimeter of interior space was used to make the functions work. But it doesn't stop there. As you can see, the wings are folded against the model at the moment, but by turning this assembly at the top, which isn't the easiest thing to do, we finally get a look at both the impressive wingspan of the vehicle, but also the impressive achievement that it was coming up with this amazing mechanism. And we're talking about something that opens 8 different sections of the vehicle, all of which are placed at awkward angles. Once again, flawlessly. As if that weren't impressive enough, the wings also flap, just like in the movie, by pressing this assembly up here repeatedly. This only works due to gravity and the weight of the wings, making the mechanism default to its initial position, because if you were to do it with the Ornithopter facing up, nothing really happens. But holy cow, aren't these the most impressive LEGO mechanisms ever? Kinda puts some official LEGO Technic models to shame, which at the same time is also part of the issue with this set. It was very challenging to build, and while Technic isn't my favorite system ever, I gotta admit this is amazing. But at the same time, like most Technic sets, most of the time spent building this one was all about the internals and the mechanisms, which is understandable but not my cup of tea when it comes to icon sets. I wanna see clever building techniques with standard LEGO system bricks, clean looking models in the end, and this one didn't do that for me apart from those clever angles angled sections at the front for the cockpit area. Due to the heavy focus on mechanisms, the looks of the Ornithopter suffered because of it. The design isn't clean at all, there's way too many exposed Technic elements, and some of the blue and red pins and axles stick out like a sore thumb, which has been some of the highest criticism this LEGO set has been getting online, with good reason. And the sad part about it is that some of it could have been minimized, like these red Technic axles, especially when considering the fact that the set has plenty of the black ones used in the wing attachments, so there's that. Speaking of the wings, they're a brand new element that came packed in a special box for extra protection, which I can appreciate even more so after seeing how poorly shipped the copy LEGO sent me was. Not LEGO's fault though, but DHL apparently. The front cockpit element is also new, same with that huge cape element for the Baron, which together with the IP partner fees probably explains why this isn't the most affordable of LEGO sets. It retails for $165, which for a set that has close to 1400 pieces isn't the greatest, though not the worst either if we compare its price per piece ratio to a few LEGO products that are ridiculously priced in my opinion. With all of that said, if you're a Dune fan, this is probably the only LEGO set you'll get out of the franchise, so it's up to you deciding if it's worth it or not. I personally feel the final look of the model lacks in comparison to its functionality, which on the other hand is by far the most impressive I've seen in any LEGO set up until now. The LEGO Ornithopter is an amazing LEGO product, hands down, it's just not my cup of tea. Pre-order using the links below to support the channel, and I'll see you all on the next one.